This is Ashley Hodge with a Sick'em 365 post-game call-in show coming to you after Baylor's 81-77 win over West Virginia. What a gritty win by the Bears tonight, man. That was something else. The Bears were without two of their three leading scorers, Adam Flagler and LJ Cryer, and probably still operating with James Akinjo, maybe 75%. But they gutted out that win. They came from behind to do it. Very exciting play down the stretch. Matthew Meyer was terrific down the stretch. I think he had 0 points with like 4 minutes left in the game. Scored 9 points to help the Bears get the victory. James Akinjo was fantastic, 25 points, 4 assists, 4 turnovers, but he was 7 for 8 from the free throw line, really sealed the game. And then you got great performances all across the board. Dale Bonner, 4 assists, 0 turnovers against that pressure of West Virginia. He was fantastic in 36 minutes. Also played some really great defense at times. And Jeremy Sohan comes off the bench, chips in 13, and I think he had 9 rebounds. And then Jonathan with 14 and 6. So a team win. You know, everybody contributed. Kendall also 9 points, and Flo Thomas set the tone with some early baskets, 6 points and 4 rebounds for him. Didn't play much the second half. Might not have played at all, or maybe just a minute or two in the beginning of the second half. But they needed everybody. Jordan Turner came off the bench, also 7 minutes, and did some good things. Defensive rebound. It was a big win, and now the Bears are 7-2 at the turn and really still have a good shot to win the Big 12. Obviously going to need to get healthy. Prayers up for Adam Flagler and LJ Cryer. I think there's a chance, I heard some scuttle that they're probably going to play at Kansas, and we're going to need everybody on board for that game. 254-339-1122 is the number to call. This is a call-in show. It's always better with calls. I've got Mark Ramby's going to join me here as soon as he gets into the studio. He's in traffic coming out of the Farrell Center. But until then, we'd love to hear from you. 817-721-8611 to text me. If you got some comments you want to make over text, 817-721-8611. But again, the call-in number is 254-339-1122. I've got Armstrong in here producing the show. Armstrong, what'd you think? I mean, you watched it on television, so what was the vibe from the television? Did the Farrell Center, it was very loud the second half. Yeah. Did it sound like it on television?
It was very loud. It sounded very loud. Crowd sounded great. Yeah, it looked like a gritty win.
It was a gritty win.
For sure. And that came through on TV for sure. And the announcers, like I was listening to Fran. Fran was just talking about how, there was 2 minutes left in the game. And he was like, if Baylor loses this game, this is still incredible for them. And, just the experience having to, getting your guys to play down with, 2 guys on the bench. That was yeah. He was very, very complimentary of Baylor.
It's a guards game, and when you have 2 of your primary scorers, your primary ball handlers, experienced guys out, guys you've relied on all year, and neither of them going, and your point guard, I mean, he played incredible tonight, but he's still not 100%. And you can see that. It seems like he gets better as the game goes on, as maybe his tailbone gets a little looser and he's able to move around better. But he's still making some very uncharacteristic bad turnovers early in the game. He had 4 tonight, and all 4 of them, I believe, led to layups or foul shots or, something good for West Virginia. Credit West Virginia, they were a desperate team. They lost 5 in a row. They came in. They really wanted this win. They had some incredible shots. I mean, Sean McNeil and Taz Sherman got hot, made very, very tough shots over length. I thought we defended most shots tonight really well, but those guys really hurt Baylor. 45 of the 77 points for West Virginia came from those 2. Taz Sherman got hurt late in the game, and he wasn't in at the very end, so that was helpful for Baylor's cause to win this game tonight. But once again, the Matthew Meyer show down the stretch, he was big, some really good offensive rebounds, 4 assists, 0 turnovers for him. He had a really bad 35 minutes or so. He didn't play all that time. He only played 23 minutes, but then he came in, and he came through when you needed him to, so that was good to see. We need to shoot better from the free throw line. Matt missed his first 4, and we were only 13 for 25. Jeremy was 2 for 8, so definitely could get better there. We got a call. Who do we got?
We do have a call. There's no name on it, but it says they were there at the basketball game.
All right, let's hear from you. Welcome
Hi.
to the hey.
This is Pam.
Hey Pam, how you doing? That was exciting one.
Good. I totally agree. It was a team effort. You just couldn't get two people doing well at the same time. But I will say there was, and you said everything was really loud. I will say that the play calling was so poor. I think that might have got the crowd into it more than anything else. Just kind of that common enemy to, I don't know. It was just really upsetting to everybody.
Oh yeah, the foul. You mean when you say play calling, you mean the fouls? Yeah.
Sorry.
No, no. I think it's funny because Ken Palm has these ratings for officials, and these three guys that did the game tonight, Bert Smith, John Higgins, and Ron Groover, they're all top 6 in Ken Palm officiating records. So they're supposed to be the elite officials. But yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't know. So the fouls ended up being 21-21. So that was even. Foul shots were 25-23 in Baylor's favor. But of course, West Virginia was fouling at the end. So there's probably 6 or 7 foul shots that Baylor took that West Virginia was purposely fouling. But yeah, I mean, I don't, it is odd.
It looked pretty lopsided until Drew had some conversations with him.
Yeah.
And then it seemed like it got a little better.
I think it was like 8-3 at one point. Armstrong did that like in the second half. Like West Virginia, like Baylor only had 3. West Virginia had 3 fouls. Baylor had 8 early in the second half.
Yeah.
I mean, were the announcers commenting on that at all on the television?
Not that I remember.
Yeah.
I remember thinking to myself, "This is kind of bogus,"
Right.
but I don't think the announcers commented on it.
Well, the one, at least from my angle, angles are everything. But do you remember when McNeil missed his foul shot, and then it seemed like Matthew Meyer maybe missed a box out on him, and he got the rebound, and then he fell to the floor, and then he got 2 shots, got awarded 2 shots on that foul. I don't know if you remember that play.
I don't.
Okay. Well, that one from my angle looked like it was just a loose ball, and they both collided, and then they called a foul on Meyer because McNeil happened to fall to the ground. I don't like that. I mean, and it seems like that was one-sided. Like guys from West Virginia would fall to the ground and would get awarded foul shots, but when Baylor guys fell to the ground, there wasn't much. Now, I will say there was one play where Akinjo was driving, and it was at the end of a shot clock, and he got a foul, and that was one that I thought was a little iffy that Baylor got in their favor. But yeah, you're supposed to get those on your home court, and it just doesn't seem like the national champs get the benefit of the whistle like a Kansas does. That's for sure.
No, at one point I was saying, if we just get out of here without any new injuries, we'll be ahead of the game. And I think we did cut our turnovers in half, maybe.
Yeah, no doubt.
Which isn't saying much. Okay, well,
so David K texted me. So I asked him when our last turnover was, and he said we only had 1 turnover in the final 15 minutes. Wow, that's incredible. And it was the garbage call on Jeremy with 3:42 left. He probably didn't want me to read that out loud, but it was, so Jeremy got a call on him where he charged, I think, with 3:42 left. From my vantage point, I thought it looked like a charge. You can put the headset on, Mark. But yeah, that was the only turnover we had in the last 15 minutes. So we really took care of the ball when it mattered, and that was a huge reason why we were able to come back and win this game. We're down 9 at the half, weren't we? Wasn't it 9?
Yes.
Because, West Virginia hit that 3-point shot at the buzzer.
They went on a 16-1 run.
16-1 run, yep. Gritty comeback, no doubt about it. Hey, thanks, Pam. Appreciate you calling in.
Okay, bye.
254-339-1122. I'm joined by Mark Ramby here. It's good to have you on the postgame.
It's good to be
show.
here. It's good to be
that
here.
was fun. That was a fun game. Like atmosphere was great in the Farrell
stressful,
Center.
but
Yeah, it was stressful.
I must say I feel very fortunate that we came out with a W considering the circumstances tonight. So big game, and guys stepped up. Akinjo stepped up.
Yep.
A lot of guys did.
He was big.
Yeah.
It's hard to sweep those guys.
Yeah.
They play hard. Gabe Asaboyan made some incredible circus shots. 30-something% foul shooter.
McNeil's shot was insane.
The one where he's fading out of bounds.
Fading away, falling down, and it goes in.
At the end of a shot clock. Yeah.
Sherman went out at the end. That helped.
Yeah.
That helped.
Sherman made some tough threes, some really tough threes.
He killed us
good.
tonight.
He's good. I'll be glad when he graduates. No question about it. We'd love to hear from you. If you got any comments by text or by call, give us a call, 254-339-1122. We should have a lot of call-ins. I know it's late, but do we got anything else in the hopper, Armstrong?
No calls. We have
some texts.
people in the
chats.
chat room. Jonathan says the body control of Chama Chachua is amazing. At least twice in the first half, jump stops to avoid charges and hit buckets were impressive.
Yeah, he did a good job of catching some alley-oops that were not great passes, and he was able to control them and get a layup instead of, fumbling them. He did a really good job tonight. I thought one of the plays of the game, and I don't know how great of a pass this was, but Sohan was driving, and I think we were down maybe 2 points, or maybe we were tied. But Sohan was driving, and he passed it to Dale Bonner in the corner. Bonner's he was cutting to the hoop. Bonner made a great catch. He immediately dishes it to Jonathan. Jonathan gets a dunk.
Right.
I mean, that was a key play and got the crowd fired up. The crowd was great. The crowd gave the team energy.
I've been impressed with Bonner. He's really taken huge strides these last few games. He's stepped up. He really has.
I mean, to play 36 minutes and have 0 turnovers.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's not like they're sticking him in a corner. They're asking him to handle the ball a lot.
And I'll tell you, I was listening to the post game coming over here, and Kenjo was singing Bonner's praises.
Yeah.
He was really saying the guy comes to work. He doesn't complain.
Yeah.
He works hard every day, and he's, you can tell he's improving.
Yeah. That's cool to hear. Yeah, I heard Scott Drew's comments, but I was in the studio by the time Kenjo came on, so that's great to hear. Yeah,
so
it was a great
Kenjo
win.
finished with 25. It looks like he was the leading scorer.
Yep.
So I don't know. Did you already go through all the
stats a little bit? 4 for 7 from 3 was big. I remember at the half, weren't we 2 for 13?
Yeah, 2 for 13.
And then we were 6 for 9 in the second half.
So I got a stat for you.
All right, let's hear it.
So Matthew Meyer finished with 9 points.
Yep.
Guess when he scored his first bucket?
I think I heard Coach Drew say 3:45.
3:27 left in the game is when he scored his first bucket. Then he went on a little tear.
He went on a tear. he was
in
something
typical
else down the
Matthew Meyer
stretch.
fashion.
I mean, that 1-3 he took was no, good shot.
Yeah.
It was just such a he turns down the clean look. He waits till the defender gets on him, and then he shoots.
It's almost like he needs a difficult shot to make it. If it's too easy, it's for whatever reason.
The one at Oklahoma was incredible. I mean, that was sensational. All right, we got a couple of texts. James Perry, if we have the same roster available on Saturday, what do we need to do to beat Kansas? Well, I sure hope we get Flagler back at the least, and hopefully Cryer as well. But if we have that same roster, I think we're just going to have to
tough sled.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to play big boy ball. I mean, we're going to have to make our free throws. We're going to have to out-rebound Kansas by a significant margin. We did that tonight. I mean, 17 offensive rebounds. We haven't even talked about that. 17 offensive rebounds, and we only allow 5 offensive rebounds for West Virginia. That was a huge key in the game right there. That's
rebounds was huge. I think they said we had 24 points off of second chance.
Yeah.
Points, and I think West Virginia had 2.
Right.
So, which was huge.
I mentioned what David Kay said, that only 1 turnover in the last 15 minutes, and that was the Jeremy Sohan
right,
with 3:42 left in the game.
Well, and the thing with the Kenjo, I mean, was first half, it's almost like he needs to warm up a little because he really did have some turnovers in the first half. But second half, he was pretty solid with the ball.
He was terrific.
And was, scoring.
I mean, obviously everyone was terrific. Only 1 turnover.
Right.
I mean, that's hard to do, and we did it. All right, some other text comments. James freaking Akinjo is back. He put the team on his back and said, we aren't going to get punked like this tonight. He says, did we only have 1 turnover in the second half? Well, we mentioned only 1 in the last 15 minutes. That's a must win, and we got it done. Let's get healthy in Lawrence. That's from McBarenstein. We got a call?
We have a call and a text from the 562 Sohan was a key player tonight.
Yes, he was.
He held together when Akinjo was still warming up there in the second half. Look forward to watching him develop even more.
Yeah, I mean, it was like he stuffed the stat sheet, but
he was one rebound away from a double-double,
Yeah.
so he was close.
he was good, and I mean, but he was a little out of control with the passes.
Some bad passes,
Yeah, 4 turnovers.
but we don't win without him tonight.
No question. We're better with him. There's
Yeah.
no question about that.
And we have a call.
Let's hear it. All right,
Ryan.
Brian, welcome to the post-game call-in show.
Hey, Ashley, this is Ryan from Frisco. How you doing, man?
Hey, Ryan, what's going on?
Hey, great show. After the first half, I had a whole bunch of notes of what I was going to talk about, and when the second half came around, I had to wad them up and throw them away. So the game kind of turned on us.
You and
so,
me both. Yeah, you
super
and me
happy.
both.
I am curious on your thoughts. What do you think? It seems like at times the team goes through a little bit of lack of composure. I don't know if that's just because we had 30 points sitting on the bench tonight, and we've kind of had a run of some key players being out. But, sometimes Matthew and sometimes Akinjo will kind of pound the ball on the floor, and I think we just lack composure at times. Kind of curious your thoughts on that. And maybe the second point would be, maybe my thought would be I'm just waiting for Kendall Brown just to go up and try to rip the rim off the backboard. I would really – that guy, he's got so much athleticism. I would love to see him go up, whether he makes or not, and just be the man and try to do something dangerous. So just curious your thoughts on that.
Yeah, no, we all want to see that. I'll tell you what, though, he made a key 3. I mean, and that was a tough 3 for him to take after airballing one. Mm-hmm. He could have just tried to drive and dish out and not take that open 3, but that was a big shot. Got to the free throw line, made his free throws. Jonathan made his 2 free throws. Everybody else put on except James was great, but everybody else put on a pretty poor free throw shooting clinic, including Jeremy. Jeremy's 2 for 8 with 2 of them like hitting the side of the rim and some pretty bad misses. But I mean, Kendall, he's solid. He's good. He sets people up. We don't win without him, but he leaves you wanting more. There's no question.
Right.
Yeah, I remember when Matthew was a freshman. Sometimes he would come in and jump from the free throw line trying to cram it.
Yeah.
It would be about 6 feet. It'd be about 6 feet short. And man, I'm just waiting for Kendall to go make that play. Maybe it's going to be in Kansas coming up. He can go out there and silence the crowd. But man, the guy is so long and athletic. Would love to see him just do something dynamic. It'd be fantastic.
I agree with you. I mean, but to his credit, like, he's a freshman that plays within himself. Like Ken Palm has him at a 124 offensive rating. That's incredible for a freshman. I mean, most freshmen make really boneheaded mistakes. So I'm curious to see what Jeremy is by comparison. So Kendall's 124 and Jeremy's 112. So that's good too, but 124 is terrific. And also, especially for a guy that doesn't shoot many threes, because typically those higher offensive ratings come from guys that are just really good 3-point shooters. But then Kendall's, can be a lockdown defender. I mean, he makes some plays with deflections and just his length over. There was one, I think Taz had a shot that it was a key play in the game, and Kendall was just right there, defended it perfectly, and Taz, front rimmed it, because, I mean, it's hard when you have a 6'11" wingspan guy that's so quick coming at you. Man, gritty win. I'm proud of these guys. I know that they could have folded. I mean, they were down 10 early in the second half, and a lot of teams would have folded. It's easy to make excuses and say, "Hey, we don't got 2 of our guys. We gave it a good effort, but they didn't do it, man. They wouldn't let this game go, and they came back and really gutted out a terrific win."
It's a great point. I mean, we watched Texas Tech. Fight hard at Iowa State with, down players, fought hard against some teams where they were really shorthanded. And to see Baylor kind of get, kind of pushed around a little bit in Alabama towards the end for them to fight back, missing Flagler and Cryer, it's a huge bounce back win. I mean, the guys really gutted it out. Really good win.
Yep, and TCU beat Oklahoma
I appreciate
tonight.
it, man.
Yeah, thank you for the comments. Great stuff. So
yeah, I think you made a good point earlier that I don't think we have a chance of winning the Big 12 if we drop this game tonight. So this keeps us alive and in the race.
Yeah, you had to win this one. I mean, you got to get Flagler and Cryer back.
Right.
I mean, but yeah, I mean, it's you're right. I mean, it just, this was a must win to have a shot to defend our title and to do it without two of your top three leading scorers. It's tough to do, man. It's tough to do against top 60 teams and Hall of Fame coaches like Bob Huggins, but they got it done.
That three West Virginia hit at the end of the half was just sucked the air out of the building. I mean, they just went on a tear. It was
Kobe
insane.
Johnson. Yeah. Number 45, Seth Wilson. He made two threes. He banked the one.
I think he's a freshman too. Isn't he a freshman?
He banked one at the end. Looks like a football player, man. He's a big kid, 6'1".
And of course, Taz tore us up tonight.
Yeah, Taz is ridiculous.
Yeah, 29 points.
His release is so high. He's
6 of 11 from three.
Yeah. He's a good player.
Yeah, he's a good player.
No doubt. Yeah, they didn't get much from Kedrian Johnson. And you know what? I didn't realize Malik Curry, man, he hurt us in that game.
He did. In West Virginia, he went off.
But he only played 3 minutes tonight.
He had 0 points.
Yeah.
Wonder if he was hurt.
I don't know. He did play, but he's in the
But yeah, you're right.
doghouse,
He hurt us in West Virginia.
Yeah, he sure did. 254-339-1122 is the number. Love to hear from you. If you got some comments, I want to talk about this great win. I want to talk about the Big 12 race. So what do we got right? So Ken Pom, kind of interesting, but Ken Pom now has Baylor number 3. We dropped below Kentucky with this win tonight because it was closer than Ken Pom had predicted. Obviously, they don't take injuries into account.
Right.
But now they're saying that we have 2 games. We were going to be favored in every game. And now they're saying there's 2 games we're going to be underdogs, the game at Kansas and at Tech.
Yeah.
So 77-76 to Kansas is their prediction. We lose 67-66 against Texas Tech. You'd love to see a full roster because if we have our full roster and somewhat healthy, I like our chances to beat anybody.
We need to get these guys healthy.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
I mean, we need all pistols firing.
Right. You got some. I mean, obviously the games coming up or the schedule. No game in the Big 12 is easy. I mean, but you do have Kansas State at Kansas State next Wednesday. It's not the easiest place to get a win. You got Texas at home next Saturday, and then you got at Texas Tech. You got TCU at home. Then you got to go to Oklahoma State. You're going to hope to get some revenge against them. Mm-hmm. And then you finish out with Kansas at home, Texas on the road, and Iowa State at home. So tough slate. Still projected to be 13-5, 25-6 overall. I'll take that all day long. We got a call, Armstrong?
We do. I believe we have T-Rex.
T-Rex! Been missing you, man. You haven't been calling in lately.
Hello.
Is this T-Rex?
It's Matt in D.C. How's it going?
Matt in D.C.
Is he pulling the bait and switch on you? Hey, Matt, what's going on? Did you put T-Rex on your phone or
no? T-Rex is somewhere limping around the parking lot. I don't know what's going on with him.
This is T-Rex's
I saw him up there chatting with the 2 gold suit guys.
Yeah, we gotta find some. I gotta ask who their tailor is.
Yeah, no doubt.
But no, I just wanted to comment. It's good, a great bounce back win after not playing any defense against Alabama. I think they had Nick Saban scout for them all last week or something for that coaching job they did against us. But anyway, hey, hell of a win. We got a week to get ready for Kansas. What's the status on these? I mean, can we figure out what's going on with all these injuries? Are they just like soft tissue injuries? Nothing really major. Looks like we're just losing guys for just a few games. But
yeah,
I think once we get that under control, we get everyone back. I mean, March is all that matters. So let's get it going and start making threes and free throws. And that's all I got tonight, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, I think Adams is a bruise. Should be back. It was precautionary. Probably could have played if it was a championship game, I would think. Who knows? But he didn't play, and hopefully he'll be available for Kansas.
Seems like we're getting a lot of guys hurt in practice this year.
Yeah, we practice hard.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's part of what our DNA is. I mean,
we were
get
very
in
fortunate
practice.
last year. We didn't have this run of injuries, but I guess,
we had a long pause.
Right.
Maybe that helped.
Right.
The COVID pause. Maybe we need to catch COVID and go on a 3-week pause.
Go on a pause.
Get these guys
so
healthy.
no one gets hurt.
And then LJ Cryer, I think he's going to be back very soon. Hopefully Kansas, but I think it's mainly a pain tolerance issue and something that needs to be corrected in the offseason is what I've heard.
Right. So they were saying, I was reading Sherman got hit in the head apparently.
Oh, concussion.
I didn't see it.
Okay, I didn't either.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody asked about Flo. You didn't notice any injury from Flo? Armstrong, did you see anything on television about that?
I did not.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the question about that. I think he was just out due to matchups. All right, some other questions we got here, some text. This is from Steven Swenton, who I called Scott last time on the call-in show. Apologize, Steven, for calling you Scott. He says, atrocious first half shooting across the board. Taz Sherman single-handedly beating us made for a bad end of the half. The crowd brought the energy in the second half. West Virginia kept answering when we got close, starting to think this was going to be a repeat of the Bama second half. But our decision-making, our shots fell down the stretch. This is a very long text. I can't read this all, Stephen. But I got the gist of your points here. And then first-time texter, long-time listener, if we were still using the 1-3-1 zone defense and not gone to man-to-man, but we still had the same talent, how far would we have gone last year? Ooh, interesting. Last year's team was built for man-to-man because of Vital and Mitchell. This year's team, I think you
more
have
built
an
for a zone than
interesting
last year.
argument. Yeah.
Because you got the tall wings out there with the
wingspan. Yeah.
That's like Syracuse always has those tall wing guys, you know?
Yeah. And what I love about our defense this year is I mean, we're doing a terrific job forcing turnovers. Like that was always a gripe about our zone was we did a really good job of protecting the paint and not allowing easy shots in the paint. And our field goal percentage defense was great. The weakness was we didn't create turnovers and we didn't do a good job on the defensive glass. Right. And so that was why we never were really in that elite top 10 category. Right. But we've really done a great job in both of those areas this year. We are top 100 in defensive rebounding. We are number 10 in turnover percentage. So those are winning numbers.
Yeah.
Kyle sent a text in. She says, shot the ball so much better in the second half. Free throws obviously were critical against us early, but Kendall made 2 great steals and a key 3. And Meyer, what a great gutty 3 minutes. Great W. Couldn't say it better myself. Pam, who called in earlier, texted and said, football strength and conditioning coach needs to work on the men's basketball team. Because of the injuries? Maybe. Charlie Melton's one of the best in the business for sure.
Yeah, he is.
Let's see. One other comment. Taz took a quick right hand from Sohan to the chin as Sohan was reaching for the ball, complete accident, and he got his bell rung. Yeah. So that's why he was out.
Well, I'm glad they didn't call it flagrant or anything.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. Or reviewed it. Well, great win. It's good to have you guys.
Yeah, got to work on those free throws.
Free throws has got to be a main emphasis.
52% is not going to cut it.
Got to clean up the turnovers.
We did great rebounding.
If we do go to Kansas and let's say we don't have either Flagler or Cryer, hopefully we have one of those two, hopefully both. We do have a lot of confidence. The confidence is growing every day in Dale Bonner.
Right.
I mean, Dale is good. He reminds me a lot of the point guard that Kansas has, DeJuan Harris. He's kind of a similar guy. He can make key shots. He doesn't hurt you. He keeps the ball moving, doesn't turn it over. I mean, just some of the things. He's an assist guy. Can set other people up.
Well, the Kansas fans are screaming for Remy.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason DeJuan Harris is playing. It's because Bill Self can trust him. He makes good plays when the game's on the line.
Right.
Are we done? Armstrong, anything else in the hopper? All right. Well, thank you, Armstrong, for doing this. Thank you, Mark, for joining me on the post-game show.
Must watch TV tomorrow night.
That's right, baby. Well, yeah, we got 2 games. We got Iowa State hosting Kansas. Go Cyclones.
Yes.
And we got Texas Tech against
Beard
Texas.
makes his return.
We kind of need Texas to. Well, Texas is up there in the standings too. I guess let's root for the Big 12 team and hope that Texas Tech protects our home court. You've been listening to a Sick 'em 365 podcast with Ashley Hodge and Mark Ramby after Baylor's terrific come from behind win over West Virginia, 81-77.
Sick 'em Bears.